What is up, guys? My name is Andrew and welcome back to our Space Engineers The Center mini-series, the new mini-series we started last episode with the premiere episode. This is episode number 2, and we're starting off with a pretty decent base that we got set up last episode. We have a nice starter base with a survival kit, a basic assembler, a battery, and a couple of windmills that we were able to set up last episode. In this episode, we want to expand this a little bit, hopefully get maybe a better operation going, because we have a couple problems. First of all, the only way we can gather materials is by gathering stone in this mini-series. A lot of you guys have said that ores don't spawn under here, and I'm a little skeptical as well that they do. On the off chance they do, we'll be in for a lot of luck, but more than likely we're not going to be getting any ores this series. So we're going to need to find a better way to get stone. And I have a couple of ideas. We're going to try one of them in this episode. The other huge thing that is a problem is that we're running out of hydrogen at a very fast rate. So we need to start using less of that. We have 35% hydrogen, and that's probably all we're going to get because there's no ice down here. Finally, one of the main comments that I got about windmills is that these can actually work underground, even to their full efficiency. All that they care about is how close they are to blocks and voxels. So if I were to have this 8 blocks away from these blocks here and the voxels, they would work at full efficiency according to what people said in the comments. So we could try to give these guys a little bit more clearance and see if that maybe helps things out. But anyway, let's get started with this episode. Sorry if my voice sounds a little bit weird. I'm just getting over being sick for like a week, and the voice apparently is the last thing to recover, so we're stuck with it. Sorry about that. But anyway, let's get on to things. I think the first thing we're going to do is look into a crazy idea that I've had, and a lot of you guys commented on as well. It's an idea that I had going into this series, but I don't think I mentioned it even last episode, and a lot of you guys had the same idea in the comments, so that's how I know it's a pretty cool one. We're going to try to make a collector bank on the bottom of this, because one thing that's unique about the center of the Earth is that all the stone goes to the center. So if we had like a collector bank with little collectors, theoretically they would collect stone, right? So I want to see, can we build the collector? That's my main concern. It's going to be in progression because I have progression. I got flamed a little bit in the comments for using progression. I don't know why I use it, but collector. I want to see if we can build this at all. The answer is yes, it looks like we can build a collector. The other thing I want to check on is rotors, hinges, any of these things. So can we build a rotor first of all? That's very important for our future ideas. The answer is yes, we can. Can we build a piston? I think they require kind of the same stuff. Yeah, we can build a piston. Awesome. Can we build a drill? Yes, we can build a drill, and yes, we can build an ore detector, because I'm pretty sure detector components we can make with all the basic stuff that we have. Okay, so we have a couple of cool ideas that we can do with the limitations that we have. Now, one interesting limitation that you guys brought up that I didn't even think of is that you can't build cargo containers in this mini-series, because cargo containers require metal grids, and we don't have access to cobalt. So cargo containers are off the menu for us, unfortunately. But there are a couple of cool ideas that you guys also mentioned that could get past our limitation for cargo containers, and we'll get to those once we need to build cargo containers. But anyways, let's get to the bottom of this thing and start building some stuff. I want to grab some steel plates first, so let's go in here, grab the we have 100 on us. Okay, that's fine. I don't think we need any more than that. Let's get to the flip side of this, and what I want to do is I want to remove this guy right here because I don't think we need it anymore. That's going to severely cut down our power consumption, but we're about to use this whole side for containers, or not containers, but collectors anyway, so we don't need that anymore. Let's remove this as well. I don't really care about having this pillar. We have one on the flip side that connects our base. Awesome. And let's, oh, actually, you know what I want to check? Can I do a conveyor? Yes, we can build conveyors. Awesome. Okay, a little bit of stone. Let's go into the center. See, that's what I mean. All the stone goes toward the center. Okay, we're going to start by removing this one block right here, which is not going to actually make our base into I was worried about our base becoming a normal grid instead of a static grid, but we have that block and that block right there, which anchor the middle point to the base. So it's all fine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to replace that with, no, I'm not, because we have progression on. Okay, let me check conveyor and see what that requires. That actually requires, oh, are we in trouble? Are we in trouble? We're not in trouble. Okay, we can build medium cargo containers. We just can't build any of the large grid ones. So we're gonna have to build this medium cargo container to get past our requirement here. Thank you, game, for not blocking us here. That would have been huge if we weren't allowed to build any of this stuff just because we couldn't build a cargo container. So first step here, we're gonna build a little cargo container so that we can unlock conveyors, because that's what I wanna do next. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put the medium cargo container there. We're gonna go up to it and with our, wait, where's our, why can't I, oh, there we go. We're gonna go up to it with this. We're gonna right click so we can add the components to build planner, and we're gonna see how many we can grab. Okay, it looks like we could grab everything. Awesome. Now we have a working cargo container, but better yet, it also provides the progression that we needed for the conveyor, which we're about to use in a second. So now we have access to all this stuff. We're gonna wanna get access to all this too, so we're gonna have to build one of these. Luckily, we're like literally about to build one, so it's all good. All right, let's go down here to the bottom and flip here. This is why we need to preserve our jetpack so that we can do stuff like this, because it's gonna be a lot harder without any jetpack. So let's build a conveyor piece right here. I'm gonna build an all-around one because this is eventually gonna connect to other stuff as well. We're going to build this up, so I'm gonna build as much as I can. We're gonna right click to grab the stuff, and we're gonna go back to the bottom here and see if we can grab any of the stuff. Okay, we've got all the blocks for this now. Let's go ahead and put that together, and we'll have our first conveyor junction. There we go. And that's what's gonna bring all of our materials around the base once we collect them. So we're gonna start with one collector here. In fact, we need to actually go and get the collector because we just unlocked it by building that conveyor. So one collector here. And let's flip this way. So the collector is going to, as the name suggests, collect stuff. So let's go ahead and put one right there. We're gonna put a couple blocks around it as well, so that we can kind of guide things into the collector bay, and I'm hoping this will work. If this doesn't, we'll just expand this with multiple collectors. But we'll see. So we're gonna do something like this. Let's get on top here. And we're gonna have little, these things, kind of like that. So anything we mine above this should go into the collector directly. And if it doesn't, we'll figure out something else. This is all experimental. We've never done it before. All right, let's go into here, place that one, that one. I don't think we need to weld these blocks up. We just need to have them pointing in the right place. All right, collector, we're gonna right click on that, try and get what we can. All right, we were able to withdraw all of the components. Let's get back to the flip side. I need a better way of getting to the flip side because I have to use my jetpack every time I want to, which I feel like is wasting a little bit. Okay, let's get in here and weld this up. That's our first collector. And that should bring them directly into... actually, does the collector have its own inventory? I need to connect... Yeah, I need to find a way to connect the survival kit to that. That'd be very nice. We're gonna remove the... Well, okay, that's a little bit of a scary thing to say, isn't it? Removing the survival kit. We are going to, though. We're gonna basically remove the survival kit and replace... We'll put a conveyor up here. Then the survival kit will be to the side, I guess. Unless we want to go conveyor, 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 survival kit, and we just don't have to touch the survival kit at that point. Okay, we're gonna grab all the components for the conveyor, and we want to build 3 of these. So we'll go 1, 2. Never mind, it only does 1. Oh no, it did do 3. Okay, awesome. 1, 2. It might have done more than 3 actually. Yeah, I may have done 4. It's fine though. We're gonna grab all of our stuff from here, and we're gonna put it in here. Okay, we didn't get through very much of it. We got through at least one's worth, though, so we can do one of these. We need to go and get more stone, which is exactly why we're building this setup in the first place, but we also have enough to build a second one of these before we ran out of materials. Let's see if we can build the third one that'll connect it to here, because if we can, then we can start getting stone and stuff and using it. So I'm going to use one of these conveyor things, the cornered one right there, to connect that right there. We might eventually replace this with something a little more robust, but for now, it's going to be fine. Okay, we do actually need to get a little bit more stone so we can get those construction components, small steel tubes, and other stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this. A lot of you guys have been saying that I shouldn't spam F as well when I'm grabbing this stuff. I should hold it instead, so I will do that. I don't know why, but people have always been telling me this in any series I do, that I shouldn't spam F, and I always go back to spamming it eventually. And I don't know why I have the loudest keyboard in the world. It's not actually that loud, it's just my mic is very sensitive, I guess. It's very sensitive. All right.
Inventory full.
Put that in there. And there we go. Here's your 2 motors and rest of stuff. Awesome. Okay, that's now connected, which means we can test out our stone collecting thing. Now, the sketchy part of this is that we need to mine on the ceiling. so that things drop down in here. Now, I was thinking about a couple ways we could do this with using our jetpack. We're gonna have those weird shadows if I turn on my light here. Oh, it's I guess we have to turn on our light because we can't see anything. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna make like we're gonna make a hole right here, right directly above this, and then we're gonna try to, let's see. Okay, let's use our jetpack here. We're gonna go directly up. We're gonna right-click mine a hole through this ceiling. And then we're going to go sideways like this so we have an area to stand. Okay, so if we stand on this, now what we have is essentially a hole that goes into this pit right here. Let me turn that off. You guys can't see, but at least you're not getting spammed with those shadows. Yeah, so we have a hole that goes directly into there. So if we mine and don't collect any of it, it should go directly down. I can turn my light on now. As long as I'm not looking through the center point of the world, the light works fine. But it's only when I start looking through the center point that the light's like, no, can't do anything. Okay, we're just gonna mine like this. So essentially we could just mine forever if we wanted to. I think I'm falling. Yeah, okay. So all that stuff's gonna go down. I wanna watch this now. Yeah, okay, there we go. It's actually collecting it. All right, this is a good idea. It actually works. All right, awesome. We now have a better way to collect stone. Let's fill up our stuff so that we don't die out here. And let's go up there and see if we can collect a lot of stone. Actually, speaking of this, one of you guys said that it's faster to collect power with a seat than it is to collect directly from here. So I want to try that. Let's get a seat built. All right, there we go. We now have a passenger seat up and running. Let's go ahead and sit on that and see if it's any faster. I'd say it's about the same rate. Let's see. Okay, we're at 41. Yeah, seems to be about the same rate. So it's not really much faster. Although the benefit of a seat is we can actually place it. So if we wanted to add another one to the flip side of this so we don't have to come back around here to get power, that would work pretty well to our favor. You know what I need is a way to get to the bottom of that without flipping myself, because that requires a lot of gymnastics. Okay, you know what we're gonna do? Let's find a way to get to the bottom of that without having to use our jetpack. I want to do something like this, like a little block that I can kind of go down here for. Okay, let's try this idea. So I have two ladders, which should flip me the right way. They did. Wait. Yeah, they did flip me the right way. Can I flip back though? That's the main question. All right, so we have to go sideways like this, and then we'd have to go to this ladder. Yeah, we flipped back, although we're going this way, so we don't fall the right way. So it doesn't really work very well, but okay, so it doesn't work that well. It works the other way though. All right, making one small change to the bottom of this thing so it uses half blocks and these little corner pieces on the outsides. So then what we can have is if we have like an array of these things around here, we can actually still walk underneath them, so we have some clearance. But yeah, okay. Good stuff. All right, let's get up there and start mining. I want to try and make a way up there without using our jetpack also. Okay, so we just need to get to that hole pretty much from here. So let's try and find a way to do that. All right, I'm trying to find the place to make the connection here. It's up there, and I've kind of gone up that way-ish. How many blocks would I have to go? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 blocks and I'd be directly above the center. So what I've gone is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I should be kind of coming up on it. It should be on my right side over here. I'm just trying to make the connection with the little hole I have existing. For now, I'm going to create like a little connection right here as well, so that when I'm coming up here, if I want to come off here and just go visit this, I can. So up here, that's where the hole is. I need to try and meet up with that, which means I think this needs to go higher. Let me get up here and do some mining and see if we can find... Okay, there it is. So with that, I'm able to meet up with that. That goes directly down. So what I could do now is I could come over here and just mine here, and that should go into the right spot. So I'm gonna do exactly that. I'm just gonna start mining over here. And then what I could do as well, since I'm up here, well, I could grab all this stuff when I have too much, and I could just throw it out with my inventory. Boop. And it should go directly down.
Energy low.
Oh, right, so our energy's low. What I was gonna say is it might be a good idea to put a chair up here. So if I put that right there, and then go and build a chair, once I weld that up, that should be a pretty cool thing to have. Okay, put this little chair up here. There we go. It's now welded in, so I should be able to just sit in this and get my power back. So that's the benefit of having chairs sprinkled around the base. Now we are at 31% hydrogen. We started this episode with, I think, 35. So that's a bit worrying that we're still going down in hydrogen. But I hope everything I'm doing is slowly getting us to the point where we're using less. That's all I can hope for. It'd be nice to find a way to refill hydrogen. That would be really cool. Actually, you know what I want to do? Let's do this. Yeah, this will be fun. Okay, we're going to build an ore detector because an ore detector has a range of 150 meters, whereas our drill only has a range of 50. So if there are any ores around here, an ore detector would help us find them. Now, I don't think there are any ores around here, but I want to check anyway with an ore detector, which we can't build yet because we haven't built the proper refinery. Oh, that's a problem. Wait, no, that's not the basic refinery, not the proper refinery. Okay, let's start with the basic refinery then. Let's get to the other side. Actually, you know what? While we're here, I don't want to waste the hydrogen required to flip us around. So let's go ahead and do some mining. Yeah, we have stone going in here. We're gonna grab all this material, all this beautiful material, throw it in here, and we're gonna build ourselves a basic refinery. And I think, I don't know where we want to put that. Where would be a good spot? This is temporary. Eventually we're gonna have a lot more materials and we'll put stuff like over there or something where it's kind of out of the way of everything. But let me do this for now. We're gonna just make it like this. There we go, that's fine. And we're gonna put the refinery on this side right here. All right, there we go. We now have a basic refinery, which I don't think right now is gonna do anything. We just kind of have it there to, so that it allows us to build the ore detector, because that's what we really wanted to build right now. So let's go into our G menu, grab our ore detector, and place it over here. Okay, so ore detector large grid is going to require 20 detector components, which are going to be fun. Our basic refinery is using too much power. We don't currently have a very good stable power supply. I mean, we kind of do, but I mean, it's right on the edge. Look, we're outputting just under what we're inputting, so I don't want to throw that off balance with our refinery quite yet, especially since our survival kit can kind of do everything we really need. Okay, we have some of the components required for this thing, but not all of them. We have to go mine more stone, which is fine. We'll just go up here and mine some more. I'm keeping an eye on my hydrogen. 31. Let's try not to get any lower. If we only use 5 hydrogen all episode, I think I'm fine with that. But we wanted to build this right here, so let's see if we can build it. I'll build it like that. And looks like we're only missing a couple of things. We need to come here anyway though, because this is where we mine, so we need to mine out some more stuff. You know, every once in a while we get rocks that don't move. They just kind of chill there. I don't know what the fix for that is. Do we just go up and mine next to them and hope that they get jostled around by other rocks? They sort of have to get bumped into action. Okay, we should have everything else required for the detector component. Let's head back over in that direction and see if we can build it. I'm gonna build like a little craft that rotates me around so I don't have to do it myself. Here we go, detector component, build up. And let's see, do we have any ores near us? No, I don't think so. All right, well that settles that. We have no ores near us, cool. We could keep this detector, I mean, we're probably just gonna turn it off. I don't know how much power it's using. Oh, range is only 75. Can I increase that? Ooh, let's increase that all the way to 150. See if there's any ores near us. I'll sit in this chair again. I don't remember if it tells you if you're in a chair or if it tells you if you're walking around, but I don't see any near me. I'll turn on my signals to fully visible. I don't see any. That's unfortunate, no ores near us. All right, we're gonna turn this off because it's probably using a little bit of power. Yeah, it's using a lot of power. Let's turn that off, there we go. We'll keep this with us, so every once in a while we'll probably go up the hole a little bit and place it down, see if any ores are kind of in that area. But other than that, all we can really do is work with what we have. Okay, one other cool thing that I wanted to try that I think is going to help us out a lot with expanding the base is building some sort of arm that will allow us to mine without using our jetpack at all. It would basically allow us to just use a drill to mine kind of around the base. And not only will that help us kind of expand this so that we get more power from these guys, but it'll also help us get stone, so that'll be nice. I want to try that, and we're going to start that off right over here once I get some steel plates. Let's go into production, give us 20. We only get 1. Okay, that's fine. I only wanted 1. Actually, no, I wanted more. I lied. All right, let's get some actual stuff. There we go. And this has steel plates too. I think I'm just gonna grab some of those. Let's go a little bit farther than this because I don't know how close I want to be to our base. There we go. And what I'm gonna start doing is I'm gonna start building a hinge-based system that's going to allow us to mine with a drill. So it's basically going to have a. Actually, is it going to have a gyro? It is not going to have a gyroscope because gyroscopes require metal grids. Okay, that's fine. Who needs a gyroscope anyway? It's going to have the turret controller. Yes, it's going to have the turret controller. All right, cool. I think we might use rotors actually. That would allow it to turn that way. This would allow it to turn that way. Okay, we're going to use rotors for this. So we're also going to use a block like this, which is going to allow us to get up there and do some clearing of the area. And actually, you know what? I already know. Let's remove this. I already know that I'm going to want a drill. So let's just go in here and get the stuff for a drill. Okay, let's start by placing a drill right there. We're going to weld this up, and then we're going to right-click mine all the area around it. It should clear us enough space to do what we want to do. So let's build this guy. And we're just going to move it wherever we want to until we get the actual thing set up. So I think what we're going to do with this mine here is we're going to spiral our way up, because the higher we go, if we can get to 0.02p gravity, these rocks will fall 2 times the speed. Which we want them. We want them to fall as fast as possible down to the bottom. We don't want them to get stuck like some of these are. So we're just going to spiral our way up and see if that helps us out. Also, that makes it really easy to mine if we're spiraling our way up, because we can stay on the rock. And as I say that, we actually fall off. I'm going to use my jetpack here to get back to it. Okay, the collectors are a cool idea, but honestly, I think we get more just by mining normally and collecting it ourselves. If we had unlimited jetpack, I think the collectors would be amazing. That's the problem. Because we can't like jetpack mine or anything. We have to be very careful about mining, so it's kind of a slow going process when you're trying to mine in the middle of a giant hole that's facing downward. So if we ever find some ice, I think that would be good. By the way, a lot of you guys in the comments have been mentioning a gravel shifter mod, or a gravel sifter mod, I think actually. I don't think I'm going to install that. I'm trying to go as vanilla as possible. In this series, we only have a couple of mods, and they're all related to sound or visual quality or something like that. So we're not using any crazy modded thing. This is mostly a vanilla series, but if you guys want to see something like this in the future that's a little bit more modded, we could always try that as like a different take on this same idea. Kind of like how we're planning to do a season 2 of the economy one. We could eventually do a season 2 of this one, if that's what you guys want to see. But for now, yeah, we're just doing vanilla, mostly vanilla. This series is an exercise in patience, because when I fall like this, my instinct is to use jetpack to get back to the ground, but if I use jetpack every time I fall like that, I'm going to run out of jetpack pretty quickly. One more steel plate, there it is. All right, this is now built up. We didn't put any of the armor in. We, quite frankly, don't need it. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn it on and see what it does. It should get a little bit of that stuff. I don't know how much stone it's going to get, but yeah, that's pretty nice. So we're going to let it do that, and once it's done doing that, I think we're going to try and right-click mine with it so we can clear out some space. How's my passive income doing? 899. Okay, so it's very slow going. I'm just going to let it do its thing, though. Okay, at this point, it's hardly getting anything, so what I'm going to do is grab a chair. I don't have a chair. I'm going to see if I can build a control station or a cockpit. Okay, we're going to build a little control station that's going to allow us to control this thing. Because right now it's left-click mining, it's not getting us like any stone at all anymore. So let's go ahead and turn that off. All right, there we go. We now have a control station here. I'm going to go in here, press G. I'm going to grab our drill. Actually, no, I'm going to go to block tools and grab it there, so I can just use it there. And I'm going to go ahead and right-click mine with that. And hopefully it clears out a lot of space around it. And it might be wasting stone, but we've got nothing but stone down here. Let's see how it did. Okay, that did pretty well. Did it increase the efficiency of these? Yes. Okay, this is now running at 100 kilowatts, and this is now running at 54, where this was before like 30 something. So having this here is actually a really good idea. We have no stone in there. So what we can probably do, and this might be a cheat code. Let's see if this works though. We should be able to just place it right there. weld it up, and do the same exact thing. Hop in here, block tools, right-click mine, and it should clear out a lot of space for us. Look at that. Remove. And actually, I bet you if we really wanted to keep doing this, what we could do is remove these guys and place our drill facing this way to see if that does anything for us. We cannot. Oh, we can place it. Awesome. So that should clear out a lot of this space here. Go ahead and right-click mine that, and let's see how much space that ends up clearing. It's going to be a lot. This is going to be how we're going to expand in the future, because this is definitely way faster. All we needed was one drill, and we can just move it around over and over. Now, I was going to build like an arm, and I'm probably going to end up doing that next episode, so that we can kind of move the drill where we want it, because I think that would be really cool as well. How are you doing now? You're doing 62, and you're doing 117. All right, pretty good. Let me go in here and move the drill left and right and see if that gives these efficiencies a little bit more. Oh my gosh, now I can do it sideways like this. It's like a puzzle where the more I do, the more configurations I can put this in and have it mine out stuff. These are going to be very efficient windmills when we're done with it. All right, let's see how you guys are doing now. You're at 72% and you are at 133. All right, not bad. Not bad at all. The crazy thing is we could just place this wherever we want and it'll work from that control station. So if we decided, for instance, we wanted to do a little bit right here, all we'd have to do is weld it up, come over here, and right-click mine. And just give it like, I don't know, 5 seconds. And it should be now completely clear of stuff, and this should have a higher efficiency now. I don't remember what this was before, but 62 is not bad. You know, this would probably work as a way to get out of the entire hole if we wanted to. If we took long enough and just kept going step by step, we could probably eventually get out just by drilling like this. It would take us probably a year real time, but it would probably work. Okay, this is definitely our new way of installing windmills. All we have to do is place this a little bit farther, and then we can build like windmills on this line if we wanted to. Okay, not bad. We wanted space, and we now have a lot more space to work with. Ladder, save me. I was floating away. Yeah, we now have a lot more space to work with. So if we want to go out on any of these arms, that would be the easy way to do it. Just start using these drills. And if we got 2 drills, we could make this go even quicker by putting one on this side and one on that side, and just keep doing it like that. And if we got a piston, we can make this go even quicker. So I think next episode, we're going to look to revolutionize this a little bit with either making an arm or making some sort of piston contraption that can help us mine a little bit, or something like that. I don't know. We'll figure something out. But I think we're on the right track here. But I think that is going to be the end of this episode. We got a little bit more efficiency out of our turbines. We built one of these things, which we haven't really had running yet, just because I'm afraid of the power that it uses. 330 kilowatts. How's our battery doing, actually? Our battery is recharging pretty well ever since we expanded our power stuff. We could do the same thing on this side if we want, and in fact, that's probably not a bad idea, just to get this thing running a little bit smoother. But yeah, the other thing we did is the little collector over there, which I don't think turned out as well as I thought it would, because we can just always go mine like we did here and get a lot more stuff much quicker than we would with that collector. So let me know what you guys think about that in the comments, the collector, ways to make it more efficient, that sort of thing, and that thing over there, and what we should do in the future episodes. Let me know in the comments. If you like this episode, please hit the like button, put your comments and your suggestions down below, and I'll see you guys in the next episode of Space Engineers: The Center.